This is a little bit of a typical, Roxylvania trail. It's not bad actually to hike on. You just have to kind of pick your footing. And then the trail is going to turn. There's a turn blaze, and it's going to go up and over the ridgeline. This is maybe 100 yards further on, and you can see it just climbs up and through these rocks. It's pretty, and actually it's kind of fun. You just climb up and over and around and back. Hey, I'm sharing the trail this morning with my little friend who won't go up a tree. That's a porcupine right in front of me, and he's hustling about as fast as porcupine will go. This is the side of the mountain just above where I'm standing, and this is the mountain below where I'm standing. As you can see, it's just a sea of rocks, and it's super steep, and it's just a rock jumble. And out of that, this is what's being built, and hopefully you can see there's a pretty consistent set of stairs that just go across this. And this was not done with machines. This was all done by people with hand tools. And they carried these rocks, they moved them with rock bars. It's just a massive job. I can't even imagine this. I've worked on building some of the trail, but nothing like this. When you do a video, it's difficult to kind of get a feel for how steep things are. So I'm gonna try this and see if this works. I am looking straight out. And if I look down a little bit, there's a couple of stairs down, and then the trail goes around the corner. But I'll look straight this way, and then I'm going to pan up for you to get an idea of the stairs that just keep on going up the mountain. You have to love the AT builders that put this trail together. It's been a big climb up towards Darlington Shelter, and here we have a lovely bench. Let me zoom back a bit. And if you sit on the bench, this is your view. Beautiful. Great place to have a quick drink and catch my breath. There's another graveyard that's just off the trail, and this one somebody's done some genealogy. And you can see the original descendants for here were born in the 1600s, and then it just works its way down to the 1800s, almost 1900. And I believe it's the same here. It's a little hard to read these. Anyway, there's quite a bit more substantial graveyard here, and some of the stones are relatively readable. But there are a lot here, and there are two that are surprisingly new looking, but they're still, the people died still in the 1800s. It was 1898 for that. And of course the little stones you see, this stone as an example, was for, I believe it says Ralph, and he died, he was 7 years, and then there's also 2 infant sons there. But there are a fair number of these graveyards that you go through on the AT. Today I'm crossing the Cumberland Valley. It's pretty flat down in the valley. Boiling Springs is where I started this morning. Then I'll probably leapfrog across and go a little further. A lot of it goes by farmers' fields, and it's just kind of a nice break. Rained most of the night last night, not very heavy. It's supposed to rain all day today, but it's looking like maybe not. Anyway, beautiful day. This is pretty typical through the Cumberland Valley. Trail goes right alongside a cornfield. Continuing on, flat, easy, and it's nice and cool out. As I was hiking along here, I was kind of wondering if I was going to see some decent apple trees, and I finally found one. But they are the world's smallest crab apples. So, to give you an idea, I mean, they're not even as big as a cherry. Hold on, pull one off. Oh, I dropped it. Try again. So, that's the size of these apples. They're really just not even worth the effort. Hey, this is a common sight on the AT, especially through the Cumberland Valley, but up north as well. It's called a stile. It gets you over a fence. This one looks beautiful. Surprising number of them have electric fences, and there's a giant puddle where you go across and nowhere to put your poles where you go over. So you always feel like I'm risking electrocution going over one of these things. Right now, I'm on an old woods road again, and we're just entering into this really cool grove of tupelo trees or black gum, and they are just beautiful, bright red this time of year. This is part of the trail is on a beautiful woods road through mostly hemlock grove. There's a few pines in there. It's nice and cool. The footing is wonderful. And you can see how dark it is. That's why there's sections in PA they call like the Black Forest, and it's because of the hickories hemlocks make it so nice and dark. Plus, when they had tanneries and they used the hemlock, it would turn the water black in the streams. I am just north of Caledonia Park in Pennsylvania, and I'm coming into the Quarry Gap Shelter. I think it's Potomac Club, PATC, that takes care of this. What a shelter. First off, trail goes right by it, which is always nice not to have to, go down a long thing. But here they have, it looks like a well, but it's actually the bear box so that the bears don't get your food. Look at this. It even has flowers and a welcome gate. This is absolutely beautiful. All sorts of flowers they've planted. Tent platforms, a little table. Looks like maybe their swing is broken, but boy, that looks nice. And these shelters are a little more enclosed than most. Usually they're wide open in the front. Here, I'll back up a little bit. Beautiful fire pit, a dining area. I'm sure this path goes down to water. I'm thinking that normally there's probably water that goes right through here, but the drought is pretty bad here. Anyway, there's also group tenting areas. This is a beautiful shelter, much, much nicer than most you see. This is a rhododendron tunnel. You get a lot of these along the trail. They're always about 10 degrees cooler than the rest of the trail. It's beautiful. And these are evergreen. They keep their leaves all winter. You can actually tell, sort of, what the temperature is. The colder it is, the tighter the leaves roll up. So if the leaves look like pencils, it's really cold out. They're also absolutely beautiful in late spring, early summer when they bloom. I am up on Chimney Rocks. It is just a little off the AT, maybe, I don't know, 10 miles north of the Maryland border. And it has some spectacular views. I'll give you a quick look around.